Jose, congratulations, you're through to the next round. What did you make of it tonight?
We deserve to win, clearly. Difficult, as I was expecting, but we were totally in control for the first 35 minutes, and then we were again in control for the last 45.
How important were the substitutions at the start of the second half for you?
I think the team as a team was in control from the beginning, and I think the substitutions were just a contribution. But overall, the team was completely in control. The game could and should be easier, because normally it's easier against 10 men, and we should be playing against 10 men very early in the second half. But they fought, they played with their strength, and they try to create us problems, which they did sometimes. So difficult match, but overall a positive performance.
Were you disappointed with the goal you gave away, and did you think it was a penalty?
Well, I think I should stop to speak about referees' decisions, and I think I should just be waiting for you to speak about some with honest vision, some with a dishonest vision. But I should just wait. A couple of minutes ago, I told about the red card, because it's really a dangerous situation. I'm not speaking about the penalty against Man City. I'm speaking about a situation that could end in an important injury, and even in this kind of situation, I should stop and live with you. Some honest, some dishonest.
Okay, let's talk about the positives, particularly Michael Carrick in midfield. How pleased were you with his performance?
I don't like to individualize too much. I think it was fine. I think the midfield worked really well, and they were in control of the game. And later, when I changed Schneiderlin to Marwan to try to control what I knew that was going to happen with our opponent losing to 1, which was start putting long balls in the box and waiting for set pieces. But I think collectively the team was fine.
Thanks, Jose.
Thank you very much.
And we'll look at some of those individual performances in the company of Phil and Chris in just a moment. Well, let's clear up one thing that he mentioned there. He felt Northampton Town second half, after that Jack McCall challenge, should have been down to 10 men, that it was more than just a yellow card. Do you agree with him? Has he got a point?
Yeah, I think he has. And he said there it was for dangerous. And it was dangerous because both feet left the ground. You saw here Memphis Depay. As he comes in, both feet have left the ground. He's come through the back of Memphis Depay. Look, it's an old-fashioned challenge, but I think that's dangerous, and I think it's a red card.
Agree, Chris?
Yeah, it's a poor challenge, and he's got every right to feel that Northampton didn't get Jack McCourt sent off.
Overall, thoughts on your side, your old side tonight, how well did they do for you?
I thought the period, as the manager just said, the period up to half-time, for 10 or 15 minutes, it rattled them, but I thought they were comfortable second half. Carrick dictated the game, especially second half, and it was comfortable. It was a comfortable performance. You'd have liked to have seen a little bit more action. You'd like to have seen a little bit more, a tighter second half. But really, when the substitutions were made and the second goal went in, really that was game, set and match. And obviously the third goal is a bit of a disaster for the goalkeeper as well. And it's just one long ball, counter-attack, one long ball, and the game's done and dusted.
It's a compliment, though, is it not, to your old side, that they had to bring on the likes of Ibrahimovic and Rashford, who scored that third goal you just mentioned in second half?
I believe this is a really important game for Manchester United tonight, and not to lose, because they could have, but the way the manager approached the game, he needed to win. And the team that he picked, obviously they made a few changes, but the bench was packed. There wasn't any kids in there. There was the likes of the subs that came on are obviously top players, and he wanted to win the game, and he showed that in his selection, in his substitutions, and the manner the way they played. This was an important night for Manchester United, and they've got through.
And it was a back pass that led to United's opening chance of the game in terms of a goal. Rooney couldn't get it through, but how good a finish from Carrick was this?
It was a brilliant finish. As the ball comes back to Michael Carrick, normally it's there, you'd say take a touch. As the ball comes back, take a touch and then get it out your feet and strike it with a second touch. But he just got the quality just to pass it in. He didn't hit it with a lace, he passed it into the top left-hand corner, and he was fantastic tonight.
Chris, I want you to take your old Northampton hat off just for a moment. Mourinho, question marker whether or not it was a penalty for Northampton at the end of the first half. What was your take on this?
Yeah, it's a definite penalty. They got men in the box and they kept the ball alive, and David Buchanan's done exceptionally well, nicked it off the right back, and they've took a chance in there. It was a rash challenge, and that's a definite penalty.
On message with that, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't clear the ball, United, and Daley Blind didn't see the lad coming in from behind him. It was clumsy tackling. I think it was a penalty.
And Alex Ravel from the spot. Calm nerves, wasn't it, given the game?
He's had a great start to the season. We tried to sign him at Sheffield United, and
what happened?
Well, didn't offer him enough money. No,
that old chestnut.
No, he's a local boy, and he's been a great professional. He's had an outstanding career, and he's been a big player for them this season, and he stepped up to take the penalty and stuck it away.
Well, look at the goals from the second half in just a moment. First of all, let's hear from Rob Page. He's alongside Guy Havertz.
Rob, were there moments during that game where you dared to dream?
Yeah, of course, when you get back into it 1-1, when we got the penalty, you think, well, the longer the game goes on, we can keep it at 1-1. You never know. And really proud of the players for the effort they put in. We knew we had to be disciplined in our performance defensively, because we knew they're a good team. You know, all the talk about this crisis they're allegedly in, and you know, they've had a tough week by their standards. We knew they'd be good with the ball, and we had to be disciplined in our shape, which we were. But you know, when you give soft goals away against any team like that, you're going to get punished. Certainly against Manchester United, and they're disappointed with the manner in which we conceded the goals.
Yeah, how is your keeper? He must be distraught after that.
Well, of course, you know, everybody's got standards. He was outstanding last year, and he bounced back from it. He's a good character, and we've all had him. I've had him as a player myself, and it's how you react to that now, and he's a good enough character to bounce back from that.
Did he explain why he picked the ball up in the first half?
Well, the only thing I can assume is that he didn't realise it was Matty Taylor. There was a bunch of players in that area, and he didn't realise it was Matty who played it back. So that's my only understanding of it.
The fact that they've had to bring on Ibrahimovic and Rashford 10 minutes into the second half, that really speaks volumes for your performance tonight.
Well, it does, and like I've said, if you go through the goals, you know, they've been our doing, and you know, they've probably had 90% of the possession. We knew that, but we knew we'd create chances against them. We got the penalty, we got ourselves back into the game. Again, we knew we had to be disciplined on defending, but like you say, when you give goals away like that, there's only going to be one outcome.
Thanks for your time.
Pleasure, thank you.
Finish off with the disappointments, but as they head into the next game at home to Southend this coming weekend, what are the positives you'll draw out of this experience into that game?
Well, they know that they're a committed, disciplined side, and I just think it's really difficult for Northampton Town tonight, because, you know, if they get up the pitch, they've got quality. The team have got quality to pick them off, so it's getting that balance right. And as Rob said, he just wanted to stay in the game as long as possible and maybe see what happens in the last 20 minutes. But they'll move on pretty quickly. They understand this is possibly a night for supporters and the people that stuck by the club. This is a reward for obviously an outstanding result against West Brom, and a lot of things have had to go right tonight for Northampton Town to go through. As I said, the disappointment of the goals, and off the back of that. But they'll go again. They've had a great start to the season, and they're going to be up there, I'm sure.
Disappointment, yes, but in terms of the goal that got United back into the lead from Ander Herrera, there had minutes before been a warning sign for Northampton.
Yeah, I mean, I thought United's midfield were really good tonight. I think they had a good balance, and this lad is actually causing Jose Mourinho a lot of problems. This one with his left foot, great strike, hit the post. As it comes into him, look, he's got good vision, Ander Herrera, and he's got two really good feet. He's got an eye for a goal. And the second one was a great strike as well.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the goal. How good a strike was it, Chris?
Well, he just, you know, for a technique to it come, you know, the Northampton were talking about a foul there, but you know, that could have gone either way, and they broke quickly. And Rashford's obviously run forward there and said it great, and he's come onto that and got cut across the ball, and it's a great finish, kept it low, and as Phil said, he's got great technique off both feet.
It's a difficult technique when that ball's coming across that. He just sat up really nice, and he hit across the ball. It was a brilliant strike, and it showed he can strike it with both feet.
So we talk Marcus Rashford. It is so difficult not to talk about him when he does stuff like this. When you see his hunger, his desire to make life uncome from Adam Swift, and that gets his rewards. He's some player, isn't he? Well,
it comes from a set play for Northampton, and then, you know, you talk about all the football in the world. That's just one one ball down the middle of the pitch and he chases after it, and that's a great attribute to have in any young player. He's not given that up. We talked about that something might happen off the back of this. I think a lot of people have thought, well, goalkeeper should deal with it, and he should do, but Marcus Rashford doesn't chase that down, he doesn't get his rewards at the end of it, and he's certainly done that.
Because I guess Smith is not expecting him probably to continue that run, is he?
No, I mean, we were over on that side, and when Ander Herrera got the ball, he's seen Michael Rashford make that run, but it's the speed in which he caught Adam Smith by surprise, and he just got in front of him. This kid is special. Special?
Does he therefore get a starting berth against Leicester on Saturday?
He has to start. I mean, he started against Watford. Sometimes when a young lad is in that good a form, you've just got to let him fly, and you've just got to pick him in the team. It puts others under pressure in the team, but this kid is special, and he's scoring goals, he's in form, and he has to play for me.
How far can he go for you from what you've seen of him so far?
Well, he's had a fantastic start to his career for Manchester United, and he'll by all accounts, speaking to Phil before the game regarding his attitude, which has to come as well. He has all the ability in the world, but has he got the attitude to match it up? And Phil says he's a grounded boy. He works extremely hard. He's a level-headed lad, and he wants to play for his beloved Manchester United. So he'll do whatever he needs to do to make a career of himself. And I'm sure there's a lot more to come in his career.
And as he matures as a player and as a person, he's got some players around him to help him do that.
Yeah, I think Zlatan is helping him a lot. I think the biggest quality that Michael Rashford's got is his temperament. To play for Man United is not easy, especially at a young age, and to score goals, centre forward, the most difficult position to play for a Man United young player. He's come in there and it just looks like it's easy for him, and he's getting quicker, he's getting stronger, and the relationship with him and Zlatan, I think, is going to be special.
It was Michael Carrick's first appearance tonight since the Community Shield back in August. Overall, what did you make of his performance?
Dictated the game from start to finish. It's difficult because you'd like to have possibly Northampton would like to have got a little bit closer to him to leave a little bit on him, but they couldn't. His awareness, his vision, his balls he plays, he always looks to play forward balls, and if not, he comes back out and builds and keeps hold of the ball, and gives a calmness to their play to get them going.
His manager didn't want to be over effusive in his praise for him. What do we think about whether he potentially could be a starter come Saturday?
Well,
has he made a strong enough case?
He's definitely made a strong enough case with his performance. He's let his performance do the talking, but Jose's interview after the game suggests that maybe he's not going to bow to pressure. He wants to play Pogba in there. His starting 11 has been with Pogba and Fellaini, and with him not praising him individually for that performance tonight suggests that he may not still be in his plans yet for Saturday.
Well, where could you see him being squeezed in if he did go with him?
Well,
who goes by the wayside?
For me, to play next to Paul Pogba, you need someone that can dictate the play. I think at Watford on Saturday they had so much time on the ball. You need somebody that can pass. We saw his passing range tonight was fantastic. And Michael Carrick is probably the only one in the United squad that can hit balls and control a game like that.
And what about Wayne Rooney? His performance tonight, what do you think people were making of it? Was it good enough?
Well, first of all, Sticky's, in putting himself out there to play, being captain of the football club in a period where everybody's talking about, the defeats on the bounce, and him getting picked, leading from the front. It was a physical game. The two centre halves banged into him, and he kept wanting the ball and kept pulling away and make really good runs. What position he plays, I don't know. I don't watch enough of the Premier League to know, but he was a committed performer tonight, and as we said, in the context of the game, to have your captain of your football club out there, I thought it was a big statement by the manager.
Phil, would you be in any way surprised were he not to start against Leicester at the weekend?
No, he'll start for me on Saturday. I think he's still an important part of this team. You can see with his performance, he's not playing to the top level. His game's not flowing. Things aren't coming easy to him at the moment. But I think tonight was important for him to get out there and to play another 90 minutes. I think the worry is he ended up on the right wing again. And I think the continuing changing of positions, eventually it will affect him. Because he wants to be a centre-forward or he wants to be a midfield player, but he doesn't want to be stuck on the right wing. And I think that's probably at the moment having a massive effect on his performance.
Right, let's hear from the goal scorer for Northampton Town. Alex Ravel is alongside Guy Havort.
So close and yet so far.
Yeah, obviously we're disappointed. I think that I thought when we got back into the game we caused them a bit of discomfort, and I thought that we would come out second half and maybe carry that on, but I think they brought people on and it changed the game, and then I think that towards the end I think that we've done ourselves proud. We've tried, and but sometimes it's not meant to be, and you know, we can take positives from certain parts of the game, but we've got to learn from. The difference, I think, is that if you make a mistake when you're playing against quality like that, you get punished, and I think that's what happened in the end.
What did you enjoy most about tonight?
Oh, obviously scoring. It's a great feeling for me personally, you know, to have my family here and things like that, and it was a great moment for me. But I think the atmosphere, I think for everyone, you know, obviously it's disappointing, but I think that we've come here, you know, like I say, we've put on a half decent performance, and hopefully in patches we've shown people, you know, what we can do. But you know, in the end, again, we have to learn that if you're going to get higher, if you make mistakes at any level, you get punished. And we'll go back. We've got a massive game on Saturday now, and we can kind of forget this now, move on, and get ready for hopefully a positive season in the league.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, cheers.
Chris, final words on your old side. Do they leave here tonight with their heads held high?
Yeah, they do, and the whole club does. You know, the atmosphere in the ground today and tonight was outstanding. They gave the players the best opportunity to produce a result. They just come up a little bit short, but they'll forget about it pretty quickly and move on. As I said, they've got a big game on Saturday, and you know, I think that the club is full of people that are grounded, and the manager will bring them back down to earth and go again, and I'm sure they'll go and get a result on Saturday.
There were 7 other third-round ties tonight. Let's just bring you the result.